Allison asked, I'd really like to talk with more people online. What do you think is the best way to start a conversation without looking like I'm stalking? And that's so hard because you want to have the conversation. You want to start building a relationship with someone online. So I would say the best thing is provide something of value and engage, but not too much. And I'll give a good example. Back when I started my blog back in 2006, I would make sure I commented on about 10 people's blogs for every blog that I wrote. So people would start to notice me just by writing a little comment. And when I started on my Twitter account, I put one tweet out there that I really was a fan of George Strait. He was coming in town. The next day I got an email from a guy of who I used to comment on, and he had bought me the tickets. And again, I didn't ask for it, and this was a guy I'd never met, but he appreciated the support that I offered on his blog by commenting on it. So again, you got to remember, you got to engage, and you got to provide something of value to your readers, and it's not all about you. Unless you're a movie star or someone really famous, you got to have more conversations and not make it all about you.
But so just kind of I mean, I guess that's like normal friendship too. I mean, you kind of just, comment, but you don't come on too strong, and, so people know you're out there, but then they can choose to, come and, find out more about you.
Yep. And there's also a new app that I wanted to kind of mention that kind of is maybe a beginning point for a real-time conversation. It's called Local Mind, and it links with your Foursquare and your Twitter. You can literally see on a map who is around you, and it's real-time conversations happening in that place. So people are asking, what's the wait there? Do they have Wi-Fi? What's your favorite dish? And it's real-time conversations.
Very good.
Do people ever end up, like, if they happen to be around the same place, like, oh, you're here, I'm here, like, let's get coffee or something?
So sometimes you kind of have to be careful when you check in if you want to be found or not. So, because people have been known to show up where I've checked in. And that's what I want, is sometimes I want people to find me, sometimes I don't want people to find me.
Sure.
Sometimes you can be too social.
Exactly. Yep.
And so that's an interesting thing, because that is a fine line. We talk about stalking, but I mean, it's not so much that. It's just, you don't want to, how much is too much, and, when to hold back.
A couple places I do not check in at, and that would be at my home and when I go to my kids' school. There's some things that I just don't need to share everything with, but if it's about business or if I'm out having coffee and, I don't mind being social, then I can put it out there. But there's a couple things that you just don't want everyone to know everything about.
I see that item there that you say make people feel special, and I've noticed when you tweet, it pops up every other day or so where you're just thanking somebody for following you. I think that's such a nice courtesy that you don't see that very often.
Exactly. And
smart.
Exactly, and you can kind of let people know that they're following you, but that you really want to connect with them and have a relationship with them by thanking them. And with someone that has a lot of followers or an influence, it kind of means a lot to them.
All right, Naoma, we're out of time. Off to our smartphones we go to practice, practice, practice. Thank you. Good information, and we'll be back, everybody. Stay with us.